farmer is the backbone of our country. So if he doesn't work, we won't stay healthy. Poet is not able to see anything that it has become dark, but still the farmer is working there. Only the grains. So the grains are very precious, and if they grow into crops only, a farmer can be prosperous in his life. The sower may be thinking that it is the right, when all are at home, it is the right time for him to sow the seeds. Welcome dear students. I am Mrs. Reena, lecturer, Department of English at Vidhyaashram First Grade College, MYSURU. Today in this session, let us discuss the poem The Sower of 2nd Sem B.C.A. So in this session, we will be going through the introduction to the poet, introduction to the poem, summary of the poem, theme of the poem, and also the poetic devices used in this poem. So, here is the introduction to the poet. Poet is Victor Hugo, and this poem was translated to English by Toru Dutt. So, let's know about Victor Hugo. Victor Marie Hugo, he was born on 26 February 1802 and he lived up to 22nd May 1885. He was a French poet, playwright, novelist, statesman, and human rights activist. He played an important part in the Romantic movement in France. Next is Toru Dutt. She is the one who translated this poem. So, Toru Dutt was born on 4th March 1856 and lived up to 30th August 1877. And she was a Bengali translator and a poet from the Indian subcontinent. She wrote in English and French in what was the British India. She is known for her volumes of poetry in English. A sheaf gleaned in French fields. From this volume of poetry, this poem, Sower, was extracted. Ancient ballads and legends of Hindustan, then her novel in French, Le Journal de Mademoiselle d'Arvis. So this is her French novel. So these are her important works. Now moving to the poem The Sower. The sower here means the farmer. So the poem Sower is about the struggle of a farmer and his firm determination in doing whatever he can even when all others go away or all others live. So the poem has been divided into 5 stanzas having 4 lines each. And the rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, A, B. So now let's recite the poem. Sitting in a porchway cool, fades the ruddy sunlight fast, twilight hastens on to rule, working hearts are well nigh past. Shadows shoot across the lands, but one sower lingers still. Old in rags, he patient stands. Looking on, I feel a thrill. So I said that the poem is in AB scheme. So just look into that. So here we have the rhyming scheme, cool and rule. Let us mention it as A. And next one, fast and past. So it is B and B. Let's continue reciting this poem. Black and high is silhouette, dominates the furrows deep. Now to sow the task is set, soon shall come a time to reap. Marches he along the plain, to and fro, and scatters wide. From his hands the precious grain, moody eye to see him stride. Darkness deepens, gone the light. Now his gestures to mine eyes are august and strange. His height seems to touch the starry skies. So now let's look into the summary, or let's analyze the poem. So in stanza 1, the poet says that one day he sits on a porchway or the entrance to enjoy the sunset. So he watches Raddi, that is the red sunlight, fading away fast. Then as the evening approaches, the twilight begins to rule. That means in other words, the darkness starts spreading all over. At such a time, when there is no light, people stop their work. So usually it happens everywhere that before the twilight or before it becomes dark, most of us stop our work and we will go to our own houses. We will try to reach our house before that. So here, during that time, so when they are not seen anywhere, when other people are not seen anywhere, as they go back to their house, the poet was able to see only one person that time. There is nothing in the land but the shadows which shoot or spread all over the pieces. So during that time, nothing will be, no people will be there. Most of the vehicles will not be there. Also, there will be only the shadows which spread all over the places, shadows of trees or plants and all. So, however, among those shadows, the poet sees one sower. The poet says one sower, that is the one who sows seeds, is a farmer. So he can see during that time when no one was there, the poet was able to see only one farmer there. So he lingers. Lingers means stays there. Only the farmer stays there. So already even the poet is at his home and he is sitting in his entrance to watch the sunset. So even he is at his home, but only this person, that is the sower, is in his field. He is old in rags. Rags means the torn clothes, and stands there patiently. So we all know that farmer is the backbone of our country. So if he doesn't work, we won't stay healthy. So it is his hard work which makes all of us stay healthy. So if he doesn't work hard, we won't get our food. So he is old, that farmer is old in rags. So he is wearing his rags, the torn clothes, and stands there patiently. So watching him, the poet feels thrilled. Okay, looking at him, the poet feels thrilled. Now, in the next stanza, that is in the third stanza, the poet says that the sower's silhouette, that means, it means the shadow of the sower is dark and keeps growing as the night approaches. So it spread over deep furrows. Here, the narrow trench made by a plow for sowing seeds. Furrows means it's a narrow trench used for sowing seeds, which are now invisible due to darkness. So you can make out that the poet is not able to see anything, that it has become dark, but still the farmer is working there. Without completing his work, he will not go to his house. So according to the poet, the sower may be thinking it is the time to sow the seeds and he is doing it. So when all are taking rest at home, only the farmer will be in his field working for others. The sower may be thinking that it is the right, when all are at home, it is the right time for him to sow the seeds. Next, soon the crops will grow and sower will be able to reap the fruit of his hard labor and dedicated work. Okay, so the farmer thinks that it is the time for him to sow the seeds, and soon he will be waiting them to grow and it will be able to reap the fruit. So this stanza contains a lesson for young people also. So one should work hard while others give up. Okay, so till we reach our aim, or if we have some ambition, we have to work for that very hardly. We have to work for that. We should not live in between. So if others live also, we should not. Till we reach that goal, we have to strive hard for that. So this way they will be able to get fruits of their dedication. So if we work today, tomorrow we can reap the fruit of that. So if we work hard today, we will receive the proper reward in our future. Next stanza, that is the fourth stanza. The sower march to and fro along the farm and scatters the precious grain from his hands in the field. You can see, so you might have seen the farmers how they sow the seeds. Okay, they scatter the seeds. So they move to and fro and they keep scattering the seeds. So the grains are precious as they will grow into crops. Okay, each grains are precious as they will grow into crops and will make the sower prosperous. Okay, so you can see that if he yields the proper crops only, the farmer can be prosperous. You might have been watching in the news and all. So if the crops are destroyed due to flood, all that things, so it will lead the farmer into a miserable life. So only the grains, so the grains are very precious, and if they grow into crops only, a farmer can be prosperous in his life. So the poet becomes moody, that is sad by seeing him struggling so much. So even our day-to-day life, all the farmers whom we come across will work very hard and they struggle a lot for us. Soon the darkness deepens, that is night approaches, the daylight is no more. The poet cannot see the gestures or activities properly. They seem to be strange, which he cannot understand now. So still the farmer is in his field, he didn't go. Though it is becoming darkness, the poet is not able to see what's happening there. Okay, but still you can see the farmer, he didn't leave the place, he is still working for us. So here the poet says, so we can imagine till when he was working there. So the poet cannot see the activities properly. So till then the farmer was there. In the final line, the poet says that the height of the sower or the farmer seems to touch the starry skies. That is, it becomes so dark that he becomes invisible. Okay, so it was too dark that time. The sower was invisible. The poet was not able to see the farmer, but still the farmer was in field to work whatever he can. So till the farmer completes his day-to-day work, he will not leave that work. So he will never mind whether others are gone home or not, but he has a firm determination that he has to complete the task, then only he will go to his house. But still the next day he has to come back early in the morning to take care of his crops and to work in the field. Again the same routines continues for the whole year. So the theme of the poem is the farming and the life of a farmer. Okay, the farming and the life of the farmer is a major theme of the poem, and the poet describes his feelings for the farmer along with the detailed description about the nature around the farmer. Okay, so as a normal person, we should be always grateful to the farmers, okay, as they are the backbone of the country, and without them we can't stay healthy. So without food, we cannot stay healthy. So they are the people who provides us food. Next, the poetic devices. Let's look into the poetic devices the poet has used in this poem. So that is, first device is alliteration. So what do you mean by alliteration? It is the occurrence of the same sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. For example, shadows shoot across the lands. So here, this is the consonant sound we have here. So here, this sound is connected closely there. Next device is inversion. So it is the reversal of the normal order of the words and phrases in a sentence. It is the reversal of the normal order. For example, now to sow the task is set. Okay, instead of saying this task is set to sow the seeds, so it is here now to, it is, they have inverted that. Now to sow the task is set. Next one is hyperbole. It is a figure of speech that uses extreme exaggeration to make a point or show emphasis. So it is a figure of speech which shows extreme exaggeration. That is, example, his height seems to touch the starry skies. Okay. So we all know that we cannot grow high up to the sky. So but still here he is exaggerating here, saying that his height seems to touch the starry skies. Okay, that where it is impossible. So next is antithesis. It is a poetic device in which two opposite ideas are put together in a sentence to achieve contrasting effect. Okay, so here two opposite ideas are put together in a sentence to achieve contrasting effect. For example, darkness deepens, fades the light. So hope you all understood, and this is a short poem about the farmer, and here in this poem the poet is impressed by the work of the farmer and he is praising him in this poem. So hope you all understood this. Go through the poem well, read the poem well, so that you will be able to answer if they ask the annotations and all. In the next session, let's analyze the poem Once Upon a Time. So thank you, stay safe and healthy.